Hey, YouTube. Listen, I want to talk about this story I just saw. It's finding kind of disturbing. Something I've talked about periodically through the years of my whole life, actually, through the years of my life. This great big old lie that the gospel church tells. Okay, so the video was of some dude, and I don't think it benefits the story at all to mention his name. So I'm not going to mention his name. There is a video of this person making an apology or a response video to some dirty video. It got leaked. Now I don't know how dirty it was. Apparently there were two videos. One was of him actually doing something, although it's so vague what he's accused of. So all of this is allegedly. But the brother, I felt so bad because this man made a video today. He had been caught a couple of little videos. One was just someone laying on his lap or something like that. The other one was maybe something more sexual. I don't know. But the response is what offended me. The response, because I've been hearing this all my whole life. And I think it's time for this church to grow up and start telling the truth. For all the years of my life, and I'm 61 years old, I've heard about gay men and gospel music. Now, I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. When I was 15 years old, my very first job, I worked at a theater called the Uptown Theater in Indianapolis, Indiana, right? 15, I was underage. I shouldn't have been working there. But, yeah. So anyway, I was 15 years old. I was many years gay by then. It was not something I'd ever discussed with anyone. I was certainly in the closet. I just hadn't come out yet, hadn't discovered myself yet. This was several years. I didn't come out till I was about 19, when I left Indianapolis. Anyway, I'd never been exposed to gay people, right? Now, occasionally you see someone, you would say, okay, that person's gay. But I had never come face to face with groups of gay people in my life, right? So I was working at this theater. The theater will show movies mostly, but sometimes we had, on the weekends, concerts there as well. There was a big gospel concert there. I was an usher at the theater. And there was a gospel group there. They were big at that time. I was not an active Christian then, so I didn't really know who the group was. I just know that they were a relatively big group. They drew a big crowd, and the place was sold out, right? So I was an usher. I wanted to meet these people, so I must have had some knowledge of them. Anyway, so I went backstage and asked these guys, did they need anything? And the guy said to me, and I never forget it. Now, I guess, see, your mind is a sponge when you're young. And so I asked the guy, do you guys need anything? Being that I worked there. He said, need anything? Child, what are you talking about? Need anything? They were all queens. They were all obviously gay men. And this was my first encounter with gay people. Now, when they went on the stage, they didn't appear to be gay. They had all the inflections when they were behind stage, being themselves. They were gay people. And then when they're on stage, they're preaching about holiness. Obviously, they're a gospel group, and it must have been a pretty successful group at the time. Anyway, I was so that stuck with me so much that all the way through my life, in my 50s, about 50 years old, I started writing. And what did I choose to be my subject for my books of fiction? I wrote a book called Love and Gospel Music. That followed by another book subtitled Love and Gospel Music, another one, and another one. And that's basically all I ever wrote as far as fiction. Love and gospel music. Because I felt like it was a lie that had been told and told and told and told and told about these people who are gospel singers and who are homosexual. And it seems like every time someone is accused or suspected, they always come and deny that they are homosexuals. So I think it is ridiculous to be a church supposed to be having values, but you insist upon lying. It's a lie. It's a lie. Many people in gospel music are gay. So what offended me about this guy is, what was he apologizing for? I mean, I didn't see this tape. Apparently someone bought the tape from or silenced it some kind of way. It doesn't appear. I did a check on the internet. It's not there. It's not YouTube. It's nothing like that. But just the fact that he felt like he had to come on and deny that ever happened. He didn't deny that it happened. He couldn't deny that it happened because there are videos of it happening. He says this is in his past. Something is in his past. He is not what he was anymore. You know, every man, I mean, behold, all things have become new and all this kind of stuff. When I know from my own experience that this is just bullshit. So I did click onto this response video of his, this gentleman. And I'm not trying to pick on the guy, because I think the guy is just the way it is. This is the way it is. They would not come and just say I'm gay and just let it be that. Because that's what the truth is. These people have been avoiding the truth. I told you I was 15 years old when I became aware of this. Apparently this has always been something that many people in gospel music are gay. They're gay people. And if they confront them with it, they lie about it. So they feel like people are not going to be able to hear, what the hell is singing a song got to do with your sexuality? There's nothing there. Anyway, the world is changing, but the Christian church, the black Christian church, is all I really know about, refuses to grow up, to change. So you start off with the lies, and it's all lies. This man, when I clicked on his video, first thing I said, okay, he's gay. That's not a bad thing to me that he's gay. And it's not even an unusual thing to me. And it's not an unusual thing in gospel music. I made this point before, so I'll make it again. Anytime you see a movie about the church, which appears in a lot of black movies, they'll show you a church scene. They always show you choir directors being gay. Usually, I say. Usually. They would have mannerism that would suggest to you that this person was gay. I can't think of all of them. I know Cat Williams did one, and many times. And it's just known in the church. But they choose to lie about it. Whenever you start with a lie, how do you expect people to believe anything else you say? It's time for this Christian church to catch up with the times. We're even married now, and they're still resisting. Oh, no, but you're gay. Like the person, like the other people in the church are somehow better than you are because you're gay. What if you're a good person? What if you give to your church? What if you help build up your community? What in the hell has that got to do with you being gay? It's an old lie. And it is a lie. So people who don't believe me, you believe the lie. And you probably promote the lie. You got to pretend to be straight. For what? What difference does it make? So this video that I saw, it's just the same old story over and over again. All this whole delivered shit. Let me make this point again. Even though, it's been a couple of years, I'll make this point again. I'll talk about what I know. I have been homosexual since I know I could identify it around 8 years old. 7, 8 years old, I knew that I was homosexual, right? I stopped having sex 10 years ago. 10 years, hardly at all 7 years before that. Basically, I've been clean and sober for 17 years. And I've abstained from sex almost the entire time. But in the last 10 years, no sex at all. Nothing. Now, what has any part of me being gay changed? Nothing. I'm the exact same person I was when I was having sex and was not having sex. It doesn't go away, is my point. It does not go away. Your attraction does not go away. I ain't here to be talking about no pornography, ain't making nothing dirty or nasty or whatever. But you can do an easy test. When you look at pornography, and most of you do, what do you look at? Even when you trick yourself into looking at heterosexual pornography, what are you really looking at? Tell the damn truth. People, we have got to learn to tell the truth. You gospel singers, you got to grow up and grow some balls and start coming out. And if all the newscasters can come out now, which was unheard of 10 years ago, if all of them can come out, politicians, we have a man running for the presidency of the United States, can come out. How come only gospel singers can't come out? You guys need to grow some nuts, be yourself, suffer for whatever time it takes you. Maybe your numbers will go down for a bit. But let's face it, you're gospel singers. It ain't like you, Michael Jackson, okay? And be the change. Be the change. In my book series, I wrote 12 years about love and gospel music. This is about men who love men. It's only my interpretation of what the truth is. I stay so inspired. They're all over that industry. All over that industry, and probably all over most local churches. If the group is good, if the music in the church is good, then they're probably gay men. I'll put it like that. There ain't nothing against women. Women are strong singers as well. We know that. We know that gay men are very much into gospel music in general. And huge numbers. I'm going to say huge numbers. We only know about the ones who get caught doing something. You people haven't learned yet to get rid of these goddamn cameras. I don't know. For some people, these cell phone cameras was the worst thing ever invented. Because when you get caught, but nothing has changed. This man who is doing this damn thing, I don't believe it. It might as well be Andrew Caldwell talking about he's delivered. Now, Andrew, his mind is such that he may starve himself from sex. But walk behind Andrew and tell me if he's gay or not. He's still Andrew. Because he doesn't have sex does not mean he's not still Andrew. The attraction doesn't change. So if you believe, you claim you believe in God. You believe in God's creation. Why is it you spend all your time denying what is obvious in creation? It's obvious. It's blatantly obvious. Because ancient people living in the desert didn't know what a homosexual was. Because you've taken everything they put in that book, you've taken that to be, this is the word of God. And it's not the word of God. It's the word of someone who wrote it down. I think God would have enough power. If he really wanted to write something down, he'd just write it down himself. He wouldn't need you. Anyway, this situation has not changed since I was 15 years old. I'm sure it goes on a long way back before that. And you guys in gospel music have got to lead. You've got to lead. All you got to do is come out, okay, I'm homosexual. How come a man can run for president and say he's homosexual, but you can't? I'll be ruined. Ruined what? You can still sing. Sing for God. Sing as unto God. But things have got to change. And some reason this gospel music thing is so stubborn. This thing, people will continue to lie. Probably that man was advised to go make a video. Go and say this was all a lie. It was in your past. Oh, you are not that no more. Basically, this man was saying, I am delivered. I don't know how old the tape was, but what he was seeing, whatever he had on video, he's no longer that. Although I'm looking at him and my gaydar is sharp. I wouldn't need it with this guy. And he's not alone. Many. And it should not make a difference. It should not make a difference if this guy is a homosexual. What has that got to do with singing to our God? There's only one God. If there's only one God, then it has to be the same God for you and me. It's the same God. Why is giving honor or praise to our God more focused on who you are as opposed to what you're saying? This is ridiculous. It's stupid. People, listen to me. I don't care what your pastor say. You assume your pastor is some kind of micro brain or something because he said it. Man of God, sent down from heaven and all that kind of stuff. What you're doing as far as the denial of gay people, the denial of the existence of gay people is stupid. is just dumb. It is in creation. You worship God. You love the God that created this earth. You have got to come to conclusion. This is something that exists in nature. Why do we assume that our God, who has created fish, birds, every kind of animal, and the human, would not install something in nature, some element in nature that would control the population? Why is it? I've always had the same question. Why is it such a reach that God would have installed something in nature? Aside from the book, you people have got to separate from the book and start open your eyes and look around you. Are there dogs? Either there are or there aren't. There are dogs in the world. Accept it. It's part of God's creation. Every kind of thousands of fish is creation. It's something that exists in creation. So you denying it doesn't help anything. Church, you are way behind. You are way behind. And I believe that if the church would learn how to tell the damn truth, you might draw more people into you. But as long as you sit up there pretending and make believe, and not only just people being gay. I mean, every week we get a new story about some pastor that had sex with 10 women in this congregation, 8 women in the congregation. He got 4 girlfriends. He got babies all over the city. Oh, but he's not gay. The basis of which you crucifying these gay people is a moral issue, right? I guess. Every week is a different. You people know the ones to check in with. They don't run out of stories. Every week there's a different story. Pedophiles and whoremongers and thieves, and particularly thieves that we don't even know how much they're stealing yet, but they are big time thieves in the church. But they're not gay. It is stupid. There's my 2 cents on that.